Okay, so today's album is the magnificent Richard Dawson with 2020. Such an important artist, such an important album, the best I think in the last 5 years. Maybe Lil Yachty gives it a run for its money, but it's just great. Looking forward to it. Track 1, Civil Servant. I don't want to go into work this morning. And what a start! What you just straight in after hearing what he did before. It was quite a shock, I guess, the first time I heard this. But what an amazing shock! Amazing. Track 2, The Queen's Head. How Little We Are. If this was on any other album, it would probably be my favourite track. But it's sort of mid-table, but still wonderful and brilliant about a pub, flooding, and everything that goes around that. Track 3, Two Halves. That football match, and just takes you back to. You weren't quite there, but you were there. You understand every word he says. Richard Dawson speaks to me like many few can. Amazing. Track 4, Jogging. His masterpiece, arguably. One of my 2 favourite tracks on this album, which just gets better and better with every listen, and I've heard it hundreds of times. This lyric, police know did it, still no never did it. Track 5, Heart Emoji. Not a track I think about too often, but I should. It's a terrible, beautiful love story. About the Carling Academy. Track 6, Black Triangle. A bit of a prog rock epic, really, about UFOs. But of course in a northern way. And a great rock out at the end. And a great song all the way through, and a highlight for me, but there are so many. Track 7, Fulfillment Centre, one of my 2 favourite tracks. This and Jogging. It's got everything. It's got storytelling, it's got beauty, it's got heartache, and it's so sad, but with a little bit of hope. Thank you, Richard. Track 8, Fresh as Bull. Not a track I think about too often with this album, but like everything, when you hear it, when you're in the moment, you don't want to be anywhere else. That's what this album does to you. Beautiful. He's a good dad. Track 9, No One. His last 3 albums, or albums proper, sort of, I've had this second from last track that didn't do an awful lot, and this is exactly the same. Just building you up to the last track. 10th and final track, Dead Dog in an Alleyway. Great song. Again, not a standout for me. I would have gone with Civil Servant as the 3rd single. But it's still wonderful and glorious, and has every right to be on this fantastic piece of music. What to say about Richard Dawson, Mixie? 2020, what an album, what a moment in time. He speaks to me like nobody speaks to me at the moment. I mean, I'm a big fan of Kendrick Lamar, but there's something that I relate to more with Richard Dawson.